Finding yourself after divorce, what does that mean? See, this comment was left on one of my past videos from somebody who had said something about the fear of finding themselves after divorce. And I think it's a great subject. And finding yourself after divorce can be really scary, but can also be very exciting at the same time. The uncertainty can be a challenge for sure. See, I want to share a few of the things I did to help me navigate the waters, so to speak, of basically starting over after divorce and embrace being single in my 50s. You know, I would tell people, I would say the hardest thing was grief, grieving my divorce, grieving my marriage. You know, I had 30 years with the love of my life, and then it was over. There was a lot to get to that point, but grief was the hardest part, because I would think about, if I ever got married again, would I, at this age, am I going to have another 30 years with somebody? I know it's kind of silly to think about those kind of things, but I did. I thought about that. Self-reflection, taking time to reflect on your experiences, your choices, and your beliefs. After my separation, for the first time in my life, I was able to choose where I wanted to attend church and worship. Growing up with my parents, I was taken to the church that they had went to. And then when I got married, I remember my husband saying, well, we're just going to go to the church that I grew up in. And we did. And that's where we raised our children as well. I found there was so much more to spirituality than just the two religions that I had been a part of. Exploring my interest. You know, I never thought about the things that I liked or done because I was too busy raising my children and doing all the things that they wanted to do. But one thing I learned that I love flea markets, and I love old stuff. So one of the things I did for myself is I got me a flea market booth. And now I have 2 flea market booths. And it's great because I love to find a bargain and I love to share it. But I also love just being able to take and fix my booth the way I want to and sell my stuff that I find. But what's great about it too, it also helps supplement my income, because if I didn't do that, if I didn't have those 2 extra things to help me with finances, I wouldn't be able to make it on just what I make as a secretary in a funeral home. Embracing my authenticity, being true to myself rather than conforming to others, like my husband or my children or my family. I found out that I'm a pretty unique individual. Also, I was able to embrace my ADHD diagnosis as a single woman in my 50s, because in my marriage, my husband told me I just needed to suck it up. It's not an option. You know that if you have ADHD, that just makes you even more scattered. And personal growth, learning from experiences and seeking to improve. I became a much better version of myself, and my adult children said that I smiled more after my divorce. Building confidence, trusting in your abilities and decisions, paying my bills, budgeting my money, and even purchased my first home that I have lived in for 8 years. Welcome to my home. It is a reflection of me. Finding yourself is often a lifelong journey, evolving as you gain more experiences and insights. It's about gaining a deeper understanding of yourself and living a life that aligns with your true self. I find something different about myself every day. This one was a doozy. This one was hard for me, but try to stay positive. You know, I had to keep a positive mindset by focusing on new beginnings and opportunities rather than dwelling on the past. You know, sharing stories. I know I talked a lot with my friends who were going through the same thing. And another thing I started doing for myself is eating alone. Now, at first I thought it was kind of weird to go to a restaurant and sit by myself, but now it is so cool to me to sit, and it is kind of weird at first, but now that I sit and I eat a meal by myself, but I'm kind of looking around and I see people and I see other couples and I see, you know, and I'm thinking, I'm pretty happy in my life. So yeah, eating alone was a big thing for me. Another thing that was really awesome for me is I'd never seen the ocean. I was 48 years old and I had never saw the ocean. And I begged my husband at the time, I said, please take me to the ocean, and he never did. I wanted to see my children experience the ocean for the first time, and something we just never were able to do. But when I was 48 years old, I saw the ocean for the first time. I stepped in that ocean with my bare feet. It was such an experience that to this day, I get chills just thinking about it. It was something that I had done for myself. And seeing the ocean might not be important to other people, but to me, it was a big step towards my journey of being single and going through a divorce. But remember, the process takes time, and everybody's journey is different in finding themselves. I hope this will kind of help you a little bit. And allow yourself the grace to explore and to learn and to grow. Thanks for joining me. Hey, if you have any other ideas of what you would like me to do for more content, let me know down in comments. And I love hearing from you in my comments. And don't forget to subscribe. And I would love to get to chat with you more. Thanks for joining me. Talk to you soon.